When logic fails on the factory floor, the physical hardware pays the price. A missed sensor reading or a stuck relay can send a robotic arm crashing directly into a conveyor belt. To verify that our error handling protocols actually work, we have to simulate specific failures, like a dropped sensor signal, without causing thousands of dollars in mechanical downtime. By the end of this session, you'll learn how to intentionally force a fault in logic, verify that the system's safety alarms respond correctly, and safely clear the error state. Before we type a single keystroke, you must ensure that your programming terminal is completely disconnected from any live machinery. Running these tests in a strictly virtual offline environment is the only way to safely observe how your system handles a worst-case scenario. First, navigate to your PLC software's connection menu and toggle the controller into simulation or debug mode. Look at the scale of this dual conveyor gantry system. A single line of faulty code driving physical motors of this size can cause severe damage, which is why isolating your logic from the physical inputs and outputs is non-negotiable. You can confirm you are safely offline by checking the virtual I/O indicators in your software. They should be active, but entirely disconnected from any hardware addresses. Scroll through your ladder logic diagram and locate the specific rung that controls the process you want to test. Here, we are isolating a virtual contact block labeled IN2, which acts as our critical sensor input. Do not pick a memory bit at random. To properly observe a safety protocol, you need to target a contact that is directly tied to a dedicated error handling routine. Isolating a specific critical input in a disconnected environment allows us to test a targeted failure without risking collateral damage to the rest of the logic. With your target sensor located, right-click the IN2 instruction block to open your debugging toolset. In the drop-down menu, you will see options to break the code, such as force on, force off, or suspend task. Select Force Off to simulate an immediate sensor failure. In your I/O simulator module, this override corresponds to the toggle switches on the leftmost panel, in the I1, I2, and I3 data tables. As you apply the force, the corresponding LED indicator drops from green to red, signaling the forced error state. Back in the main programming interface, the software immediately flags that specific line of code on your computer screen. You will see the virtual contact shift colors, often from a healthy green to a bold red or blue outline, verifying that the software is overriding the normal logic flow. You have successfully injected a controlled anomaly into a stable program, mimicking exactly what happens when a physical sensor breaks on the line. Now, monitor the live execution of your ladder logic to see how the system handles the error. The data path immediately diverted from the main operating routine. Because the sensor contact is forced open, the program shifts logic execution into your designated safety override sequence. Follow this diverted path down the ladder until you locate the output coil labeled System Shutoff or Master Alarm, energizing in the software. Seeing this virtual coil energize proves that if this were a live conveyor, the physical motors would stop instantly, preventing a mechanical jam. To restore the system, navigate up to your Forces menu and explicitly click the command to remove all forces, or clear watchdog. Next, execute a fault reset command within the PLC memory to wipe the error history and completely de-energize the alarm coil. If you skip this reset and download the program back into a live controller while forces are still active, the PLC will immediately bypass its physical safety inputs the second it boots up. Taking the time to properly clear all forces and reset the fault memory ensures your diagnostic test remains a test, rather than a permanent, dangerous hardware bypass. You have successfully hacked your own program, diagnosed the system's automated response, and safely restored normal operation. Your programming interface should now show all ladder logic rungs resting in their default healthy green state, free of any force cacks. Repeat this process for every safety interlock in your code. Target your thermal overloads, your emergency stops, and your timing constraints. Once to map out the basic sensor drops, start forcing more complex faults, like a communication error across the network, or a heavy object overloading a conveyor. A reliable automation system is built by aggressively testing its limits, proving that even when the physical hardware breaks, the logic remains safe.